Hello everyone, AuraTale here, and welcome to some Animal Crossing. Yay! Woohoo! Let's go! Because I got a lot of things that I need to do. Oh, of course there's... Why? Why does there have to... Okay, I have to dig that out real quick because that's just going to bug the heck out of me. This should not exist. Anyway, thank you so very much for coming on by today. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful time. And here we are in the wonderful, wonderful island adventure of Watergate. I really need to organize some stuff really badly. Alright, let's fix that. There's some weeds right here. Let's pick those up. I got flowers everywhere that I need to uproot at some point eventually. I have a lot of things that are going on here, actually, because I really need to fix my island. I had plans, okay? I had plans, but you see, everything is different. Everything that I wanted, I no longer want anymore. I want something different. I want to have matching pairs. By matching pairs, I mean, we have Zell and Deanna, right? Well, I do have Sylvana, so I would also like eventually to get Marshall. We also have Raymond. Eventually, I'd like to get Anka. I have Phil, so I would also like to get Phoebe at some point. And I still have yet to get Coco. I really, really want Coco. So I think what I want to do is, instead of using this island as my own personal island, this is a full-scale village. This isn't just about me, this is about my villagers. So I need to actually craft areas to be specifically oriented to the villagers themselves. So I think I'm going to literally redo my entire island. Not reset it, just redo. No resetting allowed. Now, some key features that I would like to keep on the island, of course, is definitely this heart-shaped lake. And I would like to still have my Stargaze Mountain idea, which would be cool because I would like to actually show off the awesomeness of my stars. And any other items that I get as far as like star items will just go in my house. But I do also want to have like an observatory. It's really cool. It's a must-have. I do need a park on the island as well. I would like the flower glades as well. That'd be really neato. Anyway, the focus of today's episode is I need to figure out what the heck am I doing with this campsite. Because I want to have Raymond's house here now. And eventually what I will do is I'm going to be moving my river. I actually am going to do some terraforming. I always figured that terraforming my island would not be the way to go, but I actually kind of want to terraform it. Mostly because I don't want the museum here anymore. I don't want the shops to be here or here anymore. I do want the shops to be on either side of my residential service building. So over here will be the shop, and over here will be the clothing shop. As for Blather's Museum, it kind of is Olympian, so maybe some sort of mountain top for this thing. I don't know exactly what I want to do with this yet. Maybe I could have this next to the observatory. Ooh, that would be good. But I do need to figure out exactly where Raymond's property is going to be because I kind of want to make a path that goes all the way over there. So I'm going to use the pathfinding tool and... Did someone say hello? Hello? Aw, look at Sylvana. That's so cute. Let's say hi to her. I got the best compliment a chef can get from Diana. Aw. She ate everything I made for her. That's so sweet. And good. So in due time, eventually at some point, some of the villagers that I currently have will be gone. Serrano, Eugene, Stinky, and yes, sadly, eventually Bianca will be leaving the island in due time. But I do need to get 4 other villagers that I would really love to have here on the island, which is, of course, Phoebe, Anka, Marshall, and Coco. Oh, and also Ruby. I also need Ruby on the island at some point. So what I would like to have happen here is to have Raymond's house situated right here, right by the heart-shaped part. So right here is going to be the top of Raymond's house. So the doorway will be from this spot 4 spots down. We're currently at 2. So all I need to do is pop out the island designer and I'm going to have to path this out just a little bit. Now I'm going to use a stone path right here just to lay out the general alignment to where his house will be. Then next I need to figure out how many spots below I need to go. Now his house is 4 by 4, so that right there is 3, so this is 4, meaning that this right here would be where his pathwork would be, meaning the path will pretty much start right here. So that's good and all, but now I need to go ahead and bring out the dirt path for now, and we're going to actually align the dirt path all the way with the river. Because in due time, I would actually like to have a bridge that connects from this path all the way to the other side of the river. So now, as you can probably guess, we're gonna have to do some terraforming right here, but that's okay. So we're just going to go ahead and create a little bit of an area here, so that way we can set it up for future use. So we're also going to need a little bit right here, some earth right there. Eventually we're going to have a bridge that sits right here going to the other side. And now the next thing that I need to do here is I need to figure out where I would like to have the campsite. So let us go ahead and find out a new location for the campsite. At some point I would like to have some sort of a stage here as well as a nice little park. So I would like to reserve this area as such. But because it is a park, we could have the campsite be put here instead. I just need to go ahead and move this aside. Now before I do go ahead and do that, I would like to point out as to what my plans are in actuality. So right here is going to be the location of Marshall's house, and over here is going to be the location of Sylvana's house. Right here is where I will eventually place Nook's Cranny, and this will be the eventual location of the tailor shop. In this vicinity over here, I will have 2 villager houses here, and it will either be Diana and Zell's homes that are down in this location, or it will be Phoebe's and Phil's location. Sitting up here above the flower glades and before the mountaintops will either be Zell and Diana's house, or it will be Phoebe's and Phil's house. I'm still not sure as to which of the animals I would like to have up here and down by the beach, but in due time I will figure it out. And up here will be the eventual location for Coco and Ruby, which of course I still have yet to obtain those villagers, but in due time. And down here of course will be the location of where Raymond lives, and this will be the place that Anko lives right here. Now of course each of the areas are going to correspond to a different theme, such as for this location here will be down by the desert. The beach side I would like to have a stone feel, so maybe I can have Zell and Diana down by the beach then, if that's the case. The flowery glades and area up there by the mountain, I'd like that to have a mountaintop feel, so maybe that would be where the birds would reside. As for the bunnies, they will be in the location of Aura Park, which is of course going to be a location that is going to be centered around Asian culture. Which makes sense for Coco, because Coco does remind me of the spirits from Studio Ghibli films. Now unfortunately though, this means that there's going to be a lot of reconstruction on this island, the removal of bridges and maybe even inclines and moving of a lot of items, so this is going to be a very expensive project unfortunately. However, I do hope to manage this project eventually one day, and one day I will have a 5-star island. For now, let's go ahead and get started on this project, shall we? Hello, Mr. Tom Nook. I would like to go ahead and move the campsite today. Oh, a whole 50,000 bells to move this thing, but it'll be worth it in the end, so let's go ahead, grab this campsite moving kit, and let's head on out. What I would like to also do for each of these villagers' homes is I would like to have an outdoorsy area all dedicated to them. So each of the outdoors to their homes will be specifically catered to them. Now, where to place this? Let's see, right about here seems about right. How about right here by the sea? Oh, I actually do like this. Yes, this might be the perfect spot. Let me imagine it. Yes, right here at the edge of the park. I think this is actually the perfect spot for the campsite for now. I may actually move it in the future. I don't know yet. We'll just have to wait and see. In my opinion, the campsite is the most useless item. Alright, and here will be the campsite. And next we'll be moving Raymond's house tomorrow. Woohoo, another 50,000 bells. In my opinion though, the campsite really is the worst item in this game because you rarely ever get people visiting the campsites, and it only works if you have less than 10 villagers. Unless if you have amiibo cards or something like that in order to move a villager out of your island. But even then, there's other islands that you can go to if you want a specific villager, so why have a campsite anymore? I wish I could just demolish it, to be honest. But oh well. Anyway, thank you all so very much for coming on by today. I really do appreciate it. I know it is mostly a presentation for what I plan to do with the island in due time, but thank you all so very much for watching. Do be sure to have fun, and I will catch you in the next one. In the next episode, I will be working on Raymond's house. So stay tuned.